Welcome to the Gritcast, where we get into the nitty-gritty of all things hockey. From the East to the West Coast. Here are your hosts, Matt Pierce, Nikosh Ganguly, and Darius Dominguez.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the Gritcast. Welcome back everyone. Hope you guys all had a great All-Star weekend, a great week, all that fun stuff. The sun is out. It's 14 degrees in Toronto today, which is pretty crazy. Matt, how are you doing down there in beautiful Manitoba?
It's cold out. It was warm. It was like +2 last week, and now there's like freezing rain and it turned to ice overnight. Drive to work this morning wasn't fun. But today on the show, I will talk about trouble brewing in Arizona with the future of the Arizona Coyotes in doubt. Darius, what's new in your world?
Well, I'm excited to talk a little bit about what we saw at the All-Star weekend. It was a lot of fun, I thought. And we'll get into some other stuff not hockey related as well, including acknowledging your tribal chief and the Kansas City Chiefs with their Super Bowl predictions. So we will get into that later in this episode. Nick, how you doing, buddy?
Well, Darius, first I just want to say, beautiful way of connecting the two topics with the Chiefs.
Not bad, eh?
Good work.
Not
Good
bad.
work.
That's good.
I'll give you some credit
smooth.
there. Doing school. I was talking about this with you earlier, Darius. It's like university. You start the new semester for 2 weeks. You're chilling. It's actually fun to go because there's no assignments. You go home and it's like life is normal. And then all of a sudden, in the third or fourth week, it's like, all right, guys, all your assignments are due next week. So I had an assignment due Wednesday. I have one due Monday. I have two due Monday, one due Tuesday, and another one due Wednesday. So
it's crazy how you'll go 2 weeks where nothing happens. Not nothing happens, but you're just going to class, right? And it's just
It's quiet. Yeah.
It's quiet. And then out of nowhere, an assignment due every day this week. And then it'll just die again for 2-3 weeks, and you're like, oh, this is all right. And then it's
I have reading week after next week already. So
oh my god.
I'm already halfway through the semester. Basically, it's crazy.
That's wild. That never gets not weird to think about. You're I'm halfway done. How did we get here?
I know, it's fucked.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy because you end in April in university.
Yeah.
On the show we do have to talk about the Winnipeg Jets as well. The Leafs broke them is the story I'm going with because ever since they lost to the Leafs those 2 games, they are in their last 5, including the Leafs one, I believe, they're 0-4-1. So they brought in Sean Monahan and it hasn't gone better. They have been dealing with injuries, but are they cooked? You gotta ask the question. But you know what? Darius, quickly before we get right into the Jets, we keep saying this. We said the last 2 weeks. We do have a new show on the YouTube channel. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so the new show is Steelheads Weekly. It's once a week. We're talking about the OHL's Mississauga Steelheads, but we throw some tidbits in there about the rest of the league as well. And we reminisce about, Mark and I on the show, we've been around since the Ice Dog days and the Majors days and all that stuff. So we talk about old stories and, the fun times when they were championship caliber. Not that they aren't this year, but, they've had better rosters, right? So a lot of good times on the show. And then this past week we had Roger Lajoie, which I can't even intro him. I mean, he's one of those guys who just needs no introduction. I was trying to, put together something nice to intro him for the show, and I was like, way too many titles. I can't do this. So, absolute legend in the industry. So it was an absolute honor to have him on, and he had some great insight about not only moving forward, but how everything in the past affected the OHL and the GTA. So I don't know. I think it's a really good listen because he gave some perspective I didn't even think about. I didn't even see on Twitter. So it was pretty cool. He was there in '98 when Mississauga first and Brampton got their OHL team. So it's a good listen. Go check it out.
Yeah, and when does that come out weekly? What day?
Mondays. It comes out every Monday. So stay tuned for that. Yeah.
So every Monday on the YouTube channel you can expect that from the Gritcast YouTube channel. And obviously you get the Gritcast either every Thursday or every Friday. So depending on when we finish recording and if we play NHL after. So that's always how that goes. But that being said, let's actually dive right into the Winnipeg Jets quickly. Because Sean Monahan, did we talk about this last week? I don't remember. I think
we talked about the preview, where Monahan would go in. I think we talked a little bit about what the Winnipeg Jets would potentially do in the trade market.
Yes, I believe we talked about they would make depth moves around the edges. And
Oops.
and
You're wrong.
I would argue Sean Monahan is that because he's not that great, unfortunately. Matt, what's going on with Sean Monahan in Winnipeg, and what's going on with Winnipeg?
What's going on with Winnipeg? I think it's their traditional. They always seem to fall apart around and after the All-Star break, and it's just that's the ongoing tradition this year. But yeah, the trade. I'll just get into the details here. It's a little bit of an overpay. I'm not going to lie. A 2024 first and a conditional 2027 third that is sent to Montreal by the Winnipeg Jets. And I think that's just how the market is. Like for guys like Sean Monahan, the Habs wanted a first, and Winnipeg for some reason gave up a first for Sean Monahan. Just sort of, I think I said last week, just teams are going to trade for insurance for debt purposes, and that's exactly what this move is here. Yep. A first, little questionable, but I mean, we'll see how it could potentially pay off in the end.
Yeah, of course. Darius?
The Habs got 2 first-round picks for taking Monahan and trading him away. And I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like that's crazy.
That is a Kent Hughes masterclass.
That is. It's great asset management, but as like a Leaf supporter, woohoo! I don't know how to feel about that because that is crazy from the Habs. Like, did you expect that? Like, I understood the first taking him because of the cap hit and all this shit, and Calgary wanted to free up space and all that. But like Winnipeg, damn, bro. Did you even offer a second? Like, did you even try? I don't know, right? Like, I thought that was interesting. But yeah, we were talking about it on the show last week. Like, it's pretty interesting that he ended up going, like, I think that same day or the day after we recorded. So
the day after, yeah.
So moves are starting to happen, but it's going to be interesting. I'm sure we'll get into the Leafs later too. It's going to be interesting around the rest of the league. Like, the market has changed. Like, even 5 years ago, like, guys were not going for. Like Sean Monahan, this Sean Monahan would never go for that. So I don't know.
He would have went for like a 7 defenseman in the AHL.
Yeah,
like a
project
dead piece or dead piece. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, first round pick. That's insane.
Yeah, I think
he's gonna help the Jets though. Sorry to cut you off, but
no, I just think you're looking at a classic case of supply and demand this year based on expiring contracts and who's actually good on those expiring contracts. Like Lindholm, he went for a decent amount. We talked about last week. And he was like the prized possession of this trade deadline, all things considered. Although there have been rumors about a Trevor Zegras or even a Jake Gensel, who knows if that'll actually happen. But yeah, I think with the Jets, like you said, Matt, they were on a really big hot streak. With the law of regression, you're always due to fall back to earth at some point, no matter how it goes. The Oilers just went on a crazy 16-gamer. They lost to Vegas. Who knows what kind of streak they'll go on after that? It's just how it goes. At the end of the day, you always see teams go on like 10 game, like they go like 7-3, 7-3. They go like 8-2-1, or sorry, 8-2, and then all of a sudden their next 10, it's like 4-5-1. It's just always how it goes. At the end of the day, no team is perfect all season. So, looking at the Jets, I think like a lot of injuries. I think Scheifele came back recently. Brendan Dillon. I don't know what you guys thought about that. Hey, we can get into that a little. 3 games. Was that the correct amount of games for that hit on Noah Chari? His helmet popped clean off.
Yeah, I think 3 is the starting point. You could either stay at 3 or even, I think 5 games would be a little too much, but at least it wasn't like a 1-game suspension.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they nailed it with 3, to be honest. It's Gallagher got 5, right? But I think Gallagher's hit was a little more egregious.
Oh, that was a little more blatant.
Yeah. And at least in this one, the puck was around. Like it was in the general vicinity, but I think 3 games is enough. But like it's still bad, and his helmet popped off, and like why are we still hitting guys in the head? Just a little crazy.
And another question I will propose to you is the argument whenever hits like this happen is like, oh, Brendan Dillon is this tall, Noah Chari is this short. You gotta like keep your head up and defend yourself. What do you guys have to say that, Darius? I'll go right back to you.
That's dumb, I think. How much smaller is he than Brendan Dillon? Is he that much smaller?
I don't know. I know he's shorter, but it's like the argument is like just disproportionate. Like whenever Jacob Trouba runs a guy over, they would say, "Oh, it's because he's way shorter." But it's like
it's like the Timo Meier hit.
Yeah.
Timo Meier is, I think, bigger than Jacob Trouba. I'm not one for that. I don't think that's stupid. Yeah, that's dumb. That's like Scott Stevens when he absolutely destroyed Paul Kariya. Oh well, Paul Kariya's smaller. Man.
Don't run a guy in the head, man.
Ran him over.
Yeah, let's not run a guy straight in the head. But yeah, so that's an interesting tidbit of Winnipeg. Brendan Dillon's a solid defenseman for them. Been a lot of stuff going on in Manitoba for the Jets, of course. hopefully, for all the Jets fans out there, they turn the skid around. I know I've seen something about Velarde has been a little slow recently. Jets fans or a couple Jets fans, shout out Brad. He wants that guy Billy Hinola to play, and I do want to talk about this a little because Jets fans have been vying for Billy Hinola to play. I swear it's been 4 years now. I don't know if you guys get tired of it at some point, but sometimes I see it on Twitter, and I'm like, dude, like, y'all might have to give it a rest. Y'all might have to. Like, you know what I mean? Where it's like the two guys standing beside each other. It's like, he's just gonna have to understand.
He's just gonna have to understand, bro.
He's gonna have to understand that guy is not playing. Matt, thoughts on the Hinola debacle in Winnipeg?
See, and I can't even blame him for that because I'm in the exact same boat with one of your favorite players, Philip Broberg. Like you want him to have a chance, but there's such a logjam, especially like with Winnipeg and Edmonton. Of course, you can't really compare the two blue lines because Winnipeg is more stout. But sometimes you just need to see what you have instead of wondering, oh, he needs a shot eventually, and then eventually turns into, like you said, 4 years and then you get rid of him for nothing when you don't really see what you have with that player.
I think that's exactly it. I think we're seeing it with I don't want to bring it back to another team, but I think we're kind of seeing that with Nick Robertson, Toronto a little bit. Same kind of idea. I don't know if you guys agree on that, but like
more recently, like very recently.
Sorry, you cut out there.
I think Keith is. I don't know. He's kind of realized that no one else scores.
Yeah, I know. There's also injuries too, so I feel like that's maybe why he's playing. I don't know, but
it's just Yarncroke though, and like I don't know.
It's a roster spot, but anyway, I don't want to make about the Leafs, but I don't know. I think Matt's right. Like I don't know if you want to wait to see what you have there, but I don't know. It's been 4 or 5 years, like you said. Like it's like at what point is it that they don't see it in him? Maybe it's not that he doesn't have it, but they don't see it in him in the organization. Yeah. I don't know.
I think the same thing happened with the Jets and what's the guy's name? Sammy Niku, I think.
Yeah.
Like they traded him to Montreal and he was still bad. So
right.
Sometimes players might be good when they get traded. Sometimes they just might still be not great. So you never know what's gonna happen. But I know Billy Hinola came in and showed a lot of promise in his first like few games with the Jets. I think he was like almost a point a game player, which is crazy.
And then he got hurt.
Yeah, he was great in the World Juniors that year as well. Just been decent at all levels he played. It's kind of interesting that they don't get a chance there. But the Jets have a pretty good defensive core. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Like
the only weak spot. Sorry, Nick. The only weak spot I can really think of is Neil Pionk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But even then, like how bad is Neil Pionk? Is he that bad? Is he that bad? I'm not sure.
He has his moments. Like in the Jets games that I have watched, Neil Pionk. I don't know. Sort of like I've asked around for opinions of Neil Pionk, and the Jets fans like here that I've talked to, they're very indifferent on him.
Is he? Can I say this for a second? Is he as bad as they think he is? Like, because I don't think he's as bad as they think he is.
I just think he's mid. I'm just looking at the numbers right now. He's mid. Like he's very mid. Like,
okay, but they're like
unremarkable. Unremarkable. Yeah, but I think he gets paid a decent amount. Like,
okay, that's
fair.
Yeah.
Mid,
that's fair.
Not be mid. It literally might be Justin Hall syndrome.
Yeah, and then he's gonna go to another team, and they're gonna be like, we don't have enough good defensemen. Why did we get rid of him?
Yeah, but I think like if players are mid, and like sometimes you just get tired of watching a guy. You know, even if all the numbers say he's good.
No, that's true.
Like there's just guys that might actually be good players, but it's like, dude, I don't like you. I don't want to watch
you just need to leave my team.
Yeah.
Like Logan Stanley, for example. I don't know why he's kept around because he's 6'7". If he was like 6'2", 6'3", I guarantee you he would be like on another team by now. But Kevin Cheveldayoff, he just keeps him around. No, he wouldn't.
But yeah, just in that sentiment, it's just like Justin Hall and Alex Kerfoot, for example, last year on the Leafs. I don't think they were by any means non-NHL players. I think they were contributors. But at some point, it's like, dude, you've been here too long. You know what I mean? It's I'm done. I'm over.
Like, I think a name like that for me was Alex Chason. Like that dude was just a big bag of nothing. They put his ass right in front of the net on the power play. Figured out that didn't work, and then they still kept him in the lineup. It's like, dude, you are not that guy, pal.
And like they're NHL level players. Just like, dude, I'm done. Go play somewhere else.
Yeah.
I think that guy for me recently was Kerfoot, and now he's like doing really well in Arizona. And I'm like, you know what though? I was bored. It was boring. I don't want to watch you anymore. Just get lost.
I do not care.
Yeah. Speaking of Arizona, Darius.
Nice
funny you bring that up.
segue.
I don't want to overblow it, fellas. I think they're in trouble because there was news last week regarding the Arizona Coyotes and their future in Arizona per se, because they were unable to get the Scottsdale arena deal. I'm fairly certain it was Scottsdale.
There's three at this point. Yeah.
There was Tempe, Scottsdale, and either Phoenix or Glendale.
Well, the Tempe one fell apart. There's the Scottsdale one that's going on right now, and then there's also the Suns owner, which I think fell through as well this week.
Oh, Matt Ishbia? Yeah, no, he doesn't want the.
He wants
Coyotes
no
now.
part of that.
And I don't blame him. So yeah, there was also he said, she said sort of game with the Coyotes. Marty Walsh, I think the president of the NHLPA.
Yep.
He's saying, yeah, these current conditions with the Arizona State University rink, Mullard Arena, these are not NHL standard. And of course, Bettman and the Coyotes, they put out a statement the other day saying, yeah, we're determined to stay in Arizona. We're going to find a way. I don't think they're going to find a way. The easiest route out of here is relocation to Utah.
So, to start, do you think Utah's team is not expansion? Do you think it's going to be the Coyotes?
That would be the easiest. Like 33 teams in the league just looks wrong. Keep it at 32.
I think if they're going to go to 34, because I feel like they do want to do that, they're going to have to go from 32 to 34 at the same time. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, because like the easiest way to do that would be, relocate the Coyotes to Salt Lake City and then bring in two franchises. I don't know, Houston and Atlanta. Give Atlanta another team. Who cares? And then 34. But you don't also want to inflate the league. Because there's
Matt, sorry to cut you guys
off.
I'm
What's up?
I'm actually currently writing a paper on expansion right now. Like literally right now.
Oh, okay.
For an assignment. Like I talk about like the business and legal aspects of expansion and like how it impacts like the NHL's economy and all that shit. And I was looking for like negatives of expansion, and it's kind of hard to find negatives. Like generally speaking, like how can you find negatives? Like first of all, players are getting more opportunity. They're gonna get paid more. The owners and the league, they get more money, which causes the cap to go up, which makes players make even more money. And then like it's good for the city, can provide more jobs within the city, like making the arena, for example, working in the arena, all that stuff that surrounds it. The only negative I could think of was a talent dilution. Because,
yeah, exactly.
You could also argue the fact that if you have 34 or even 32, let's think about it right now, right? Half the league misses the playoffs, and you could argue whether that's good or bad. Yep. I would argue economically it's probably bad, just because half the teams aren't making that playoff revenue, which circulates and helps the cap and all that bullshit, whatever the fuck. Raises the max contractability and raises the minimum contractability, so everyone can make more money.
Mm-hmm.
So I think it's interesting you bring that up, because if you have 34 teams, you go to Utah or Indiana or Atlanta, or they're not going to go to another Canadian team, which just doesn't make sense.
I'm just going to say this right now. Unless it's like a perfect storm, they are never doing Quebec City ever again.
No,
there's too many variables.
And another thing that's an interesting point is think about the MLB, the NFL. I think the NFL is 32 teams. But and the NBA, they have 29, or in the NFL's case, 32 American markets. The NHL has what? How many Canadian teams are there? 7?
7.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like 25 American markets, right?
Yeah.
So, if you want to expand, if they're going to bring in 4 more teams, you want to do American markets, because that's where all the fucking money is.
They don't think that there's any advertising dollars as well in Quebec, and they're not wrong.
Exactly.
Compared to like an American city, right? Like it's not. It's not that it doesn't make sense. It makes sense if you're thinking about it from a fan's perspective. I am a fan. I am a fan, and I would like Quebec City to come back into the league. Yes, this makes sense. But if you look at it from like literal business sense, it makes negative sense. They're probably never going to go back to Quebec City ever. Unless, like Matt said, it's an actual perfect storm and they're desperate or something. But I don't think they'll ever get to the point that they're desperate, because they're not going to get to the point where there's 40 teams.
And there's too many American cities that they're not in yet. right?
Yes.
Far too
big
many,
ones.
yeah.
Big ones.
Like
And there's
Houston,
no-
they're not in Houston, right? That was a thing. That was a topic of discussion.
That's it.
Utah, Indiana, Atlanta. That's 4 already that I
Yeah.
could see the NHL going before Quebec. I can see a second Toronto team when they go to Quebec. What the fuck?
Yeah, like there's so many people talking about like Quebec expansion. There's no owners stepping up to submit a bid for expansion. Like everything about that.
think-
Sure, they
I-
have the
I
money,
think-
but they don't have the ownership group necessary.
They're relying on relocation for Quebec. I think it's just not going to happen.
No, it's not going to
No.
happen. Bettman, or a future NHL commissioner or president or whoever they bring in will, yeah. Like if it was up to Bettman,
I'll be there for that, Matt.
if it was up to Bettman, I'm not going to lie, he'd only have 2 Canadian teams, Montreal and Toronto, and the
Yep.
rest of them would all be American.
100%. 100%. He would have 5 teams in New York if he wanted to.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
He would just
He
pick,
put a
picked-
team back in Hartford.
yeah, he pick each state with the biggest population and just throw more teams there because
Yeah.
it makes sense. There's
Yeah.
a lot of money to be made by putting teams in the U.S., not in Canada. So sorry all the Quebec natives here. Y'all just gonna have to watch the Ramparts, or you're gonna have to watch Slavkovsky every night. It's up to you guys at the end of the day.
Oh,
I don't
it's
care.
a lose-lose situation.
What's wrong with the Ramparts?
What's wrong with the? I don't even know how they've been doing this year, but with no Patrick
Probably
Waugh,
not great.
I mean,
Yeah, Patrick Waugh's gone, so.
Yeah, and didn't
Yeah.
the other guy leave too? What's his name? Benoit. It might not even be Benoit. Honestly, I'm just making shit up.
Simone Benoit, he plays for the Leafs now.
Oh, boo.
Ooh,
But yeah, to put a bow on it, Nick, to steal your phrase, yeah, the Coyotes are in trouble, and I think we might see the Salt Lake. I don't know what the team's going to be like. The Mountaineers. That'd be cool as hell. We're going to see the Salt Lake team pretty soon.
I did see
Salt Lake
something
hockey
on.
team.
Oh
hockey
God,
team.
terrible.
what we
I did see something on Twitter this morning that there is a new Northern Phoenix
Yeah, get out of here.
arena
No,
proposition
nope.
portfolio.
You know how many propositions we've seen in the past?
just
like,
saying.
10
I
I
years.
saw it
Bro.
this morning that they are now in discussions about that.
See,
Good for them.
all they had to do was just pay the rent for the Glendale Arena, and we wouldn't be in any of this.
It would
But
still
here
be
we
an
are.
issue. It would still be an issue because
You
there's
know
no
what?
fans. They don't make any money.
You know how you know they were cooked, like completely cooked, is when Matt Ishbia was like, "No, I don't want that shit. I don't want to deal with it."
Because now they have a track. First of all, they don't have anybody who wants to work with them. They don't have an arena that they currently play in. They're a second tenant to a college team. And
I think they're a Division II college team.
yeah,
That's even
like,
worse.
Like it's not good. And they notoriously did not pay their rent at the last building. Why would anybody be like, yes, come on down to my building. Come
You
on,
know,
use my
guys,
facility.
Guys, look. If something hasn't worked 5 times, or 6 times, or 7 times, or 8 times, or 9 times, or 10 times, or 11 times, or 12 times, it might work the next time.
It'll work the
It
15th
might.
time.
It might.
You know all those that Giannis quote where he's like, "Failure is just a path to success. It's steps." Sometimes failure is just failure, man.
Oh, wasn't there a
Sometimes.
Dion Waiters quote? Like, if you're shooting 30 free throw.
I'd rather go 0 for 30 than 0 for 11 because it means I lost confidence. I
Yeah.
stopped shooting. At
I
some
lost
point, bro,
confidence in the Yotes
at
a
some
long
point-
time ago.
At some point, bro, you gotta stop shooting. You gotta stop. You gotta stop shooting. It's over.
There's your weekly motivational quote.
That's awesome.
It's Arizona, Kyover. Yep,
It is Kyover.
it's Kyover. It's Kyover.
And it's Kyover to the next segment.
No,
How
no,
about
no,
that All-Star
no, hold on,
weekend?
hold on,
No,
hold on, hold on,
no.
hold on. I
Ah.
want to do one more thing. I want to read some of the Arizona Coyotes Twitter tweets.
Oh,
for the
yes.
past
Please.
24
Oh,
hours.
I think I
then
mentioned that,
have
but I
something.
didn't.
I have something after that. You just reminded me.
All right.
Okay.
Fire away, fellas.
Go
Wow.
ahead.
What a segment.
You just
Probably might have-
reminded me of something. Here we are.
Hold on, they deleted them.
Oh, even better. Even better.
Oh, but their latest tweet 1 hour ago, checking in on Yotes faithful. How are we doing? Let's just see some of the replies.
I think-
Yeah, everyone
This is Dwayne
just
Johnson level of non-self-awareness.
Opium.
They tweeted like hashtag Yotes first everyone or something.
Oh no.
And then
No.
I think didn't they also do like a? I
That
thought
is-
they tweeted the Phoenix Suns and were like, "Hey,
Hey, sup? Sup?
Yeah, they are getting cooked in the quote tweet,
Terrible.
fellas.
Terrible. Oh my god.
they're cooked."
They're cooked.
They are cooked.
So they deleted the tweets?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay, so those tweets that Matt's talking about, I saw a tweet yesterday that apparently, I don't know how true it is. Somebody just said it, right? But
Oh,
I don't
I
know
think
what
I
they
know
know.
what yeah.
It is the owner's son tweeting them out.
Yeah.
That is just a
Delete
that is-
everything.
That is,
delete
that is
everything.
a-
Delete the franchise. Move away to another city. Atlanta, you have another NHL team.
You!
for the
NHL.
third time.
You, Atlanta, the Thrashers are back, baby. Thrashers are back.
I'd be there for it.
Actually, can I
that-
just say something before we wrap up the segment? The only way Quebec City gets a team is if Atlanta gets a team.
The only
Why
way
is
that-
that?
I'll
It'll
tell
just
you.
be another Atlanta-based NHL team that moves to Canada after.
I'll tell you. If Quebec gets a team, it'll be because of a hurricane. That'll be the only way Quebec gets a team.
Just knocks down the. What about the Carolina Hurricanes? Anyway,
Yeah,
so
what about
All-Star
'em?
Weekend. What what did you think about All-Star Weekend, guys?
Didn't watch the game.
Okay.
Went to the skills comp.
How
Skills
was that?
comp, they cooked.
Yeah, it was
The NHL
good.
cooked.
It was good.
McDavid and the NHL, they kind of went to work.
You know who didn't go to work?
Kucherov.
Nikita Kucherov. Yeah, that was,
That was fun though. I love booing him. That was so fucking awesome.
like that event needed a heel. Like I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie. Like everyone's all buddy, but Nikita Kucherov, he's like, no, I'm not gonna give a shit.
Like we were booing the hell out of in the building like Pasternak and Kucherov. They got it. Yep. Any
Good.
Tampa or Boston player gets it in Toronto.
What about Nick Suzuki? Did people just not care?
I don't think he was in the skills comp, was he?
Oh right, sorry,
I don't
no,
think it
I was talking about the
It
game.
was
Yeah,
at the draft in the game.
Oh, I
yeah.
didn't-
the draft. Sorry, but you
I'm-
weren't at the draft.
I don't think Leafs fans care that much right now about Montreal.
It's like we don't even think
No,
about
unless
you at all.
no, unless you're competitive or playing us in the playoffs. It's like the Leaf fans are like, we don't care.
Yeah.
It's mostly
Why
the
waste
Habs
energy?
faithful that are they're wasting their energy on
No, it's-
trying to
the
hype up
worst-
that one-sided rivalry.
Or it'll be like first overall pick, Uri Slavkovsky has more points than late second round pick Matthew Nyes. Wow. Isn't that crazy, guys? Isn't that crazy that the first overall pick has more points than the
And
second,
a second round.
And a second rounder.
Crazy, guys? I think we should have a victory
Let me
lap
just
about
cherry
this.
pick stats.
I think we should have a victory lap about this. I think we should. But everyone's telling me, oh, but Matthew Nyes plays with Matthews and Marner. The guy doesn't play on the power play. He plays like 15 minutes a night or some bullshit. Trying to tell me, fuck off. Fuck off. The fuck
So,
out.
anyways, this
You know what you're admitting to me?
You know what? You know what?
No. You know what you're admitting to me? You're admitting to me that Suzuki and Caulfield are bums. That's what you're admitting to me. Because, Darius, you see what I'm going for here?
Yes,
That's
sir.
what you're admitting to me. They're bums. I saw someone on Twitter. Cole Caulfield's having the quietest 65-point season ever. 65-point seasons. Who does that? Who does that?
My guy Nick is working the stick right now.
The league does that. The league does that shit.
Can I just say, I saw this TikTok, or maybe it was a reel on Instagram. It was like a bunch of, the guys that go on the street, the Habs fans with the mic, whatever the streeters, they do the streeters.
Yeah.
And they got like an Islanders fan, and then he's like, "Oh, what do you think of the game, whatever?" And then the Islanders fan at the end was like, "One more thing, F the Leafs," and then they're all like chanting. It's like, "Hey man, the Leafs are not here. You didn't play the Leafs. You beat the Leafs in the playoffs. Why do we live rent free in your head? Why is that? Why is that? You don't see the Oilers fans, right? For example, Matt, that are always talking about the Leafs.
Or like, fuck Calgary. Who cares?
Yeah. Who cares, bro? They're shit, right? Like, who cares?
Who cares?
Rent free. It's insane.
I'm
Make the
all-
playoffs be good.
I'm all for fun. Like I like the banter that happens when the Leafs play the Habs like that night because
Yeah.
the Leafs never, they never.
Never show up for that game.
Yeah. Or the Sens. Like, that's
But
fun.
but
That's
yeah,
fun,
when
but
it's like the
like
Leafs,
a random day, like dude, like what are we doing?
like the Leafs against like the Devils, and then the Habs, oh you lost to the Devils. Okay, dude, you probably lost tonight as well.
Yeah.
Like,
They'll be like, "Oh, Toffoli
You
scored
lost
on the
to
Leafs."
Sharks. You probably lost to the Sharks.
Yeah.
You fuckers. Shut the fuck up. Jesus. But yeah, All-Star game was cool.
Yeah, it had.
All-Star game was cool.
Okay, so them changing the skills comp.
Boone Jenner was there.
Boone Jenner was there.
Boone Jenner was there. Yes.
Boone Jenner
Them
was
changing
there.
the skills comp was fantastic. I thought it was really well done. The draft, either don't do it ever again or do it on like a soundstage or something where it's just them.
Or just why don't you do it how the NBA used to do it? Like you just
Yeah.
have LeBron and Kevin Durant go on TNT via Zoom or something.
Yes,
That's what they did. And
Never do it like that ever again. Don't ever do it like that. And why could we hear everybody all of the time? Did you notice that?
Yeah,
Somebody's making a pick over here, and I can hear JB. Like, what's going on, man?
Like they had like the stage mics, and then they have like just a regular mic as well. There was no need for two mics.
No.
Also, you don't need to interview someone after every pick for the.
Oh my god, it was crazy. What did you think of that pick? I don't know, man. These are the best players that you gave us in the entire league, and we're picking one.
And then I believe it was some of the formatting was off. Like there was I think Team Hughes. They're like, yeah, we want Brock Besser, and then David Amber goes over there and says, yeah, you guys need a goalie, even though you have back-to-back picks. Who cares? Let him make the picks.
Yeah, but
and then
no, this is the thing too, right? If like no team is gonna like the goalie would just end up being their last pick anyway. They don't need the goalie right there.
No, at that point, if every other team has two goalies, you can't pick another goalie. So just let them pick until they pick up their goalie at the end.
Yeah, that'll be the last pick.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
No
rules.
The NH, the league, they create something fun and then they get in their own way. That's the best way of describing it.
That's the NHL.
Yeah, yep. But overarching things, I actually who knows when we're gonna have another All-Star game with the Four Nations Cup and the Olympics and all that shit.
Yeah, it'll be 3 years from now, probably.
Yeah. So, and I do want to say, I met Kevin Weeks, really nice guy.
Oh, how was that?
That was cool, really cool dude. PK Subban big timed me, but I'm gonna let it slide. It was cool. I saw him. I was like, "Yo, PK, what's up, bro?" He kept it pushing. It's cool. Though. I'm gonna let it slide. Kevin Weeks was really nice though. Like, talked to us for like a couple minutes, asked where we're from, asked what we're doing, all that shit. He made fun of me for being from Mississauga because he's from Scarborough. So that was cool. But yeah, Kevin Weeks, great dude. That was really nice, cool interaction. It was just sick, like generally speaking, and cool for the city, man. It was cool to like walk around Toronto. Everyone was like, I think Toronto needed this after the pandemic.
Yeah,
it was just like
an event. I know they have events, but you know what I mean, like a
citywide,
like revitalization,
tourist thing.
Hockey's a big part of Toronto. So that was huge too. It was cool, and everyone fucking loves Matthews and Marner and Nylander, so that was cool as well. So it was awesome. It was cool. It was a lot of fun. It was very nice that Matthews won the MVP as well. That was sick. And getting Justin Bieber involved, that was fucking cool as shit.
I thought what they did with the celebrities this year was good. They
brought in celebrities that cared.
They did really well. Yeah, this was good. So. And they're Canadian, that helps, right? But they were actually like, "Oh, I care," right? And Justin Bieber was on something, that's for sure. He was having a good time.
He's taking warm-ups.
Yeah. And everybody clowning him for taking warm-ups. Shut up, bro. You do the same thing. I would do the same thing.
If all the best NHLers are surrounding me,
and they're like, "Hey, come on the ice."
I can't even skate.
Yeah.
I can't even skate. I'd make it work.
Jump how high? Let's get this going, man.
I make it work. Like shit, I'd walk around. I don't even need the skate.
I walk around, yeah. In boots, on boots, yeah.
Also,
I just stay on the bench, hands in my pocket. You know how it is.
Whoever was coaching math, who was it? Jim Montgomery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Bruins, yeah.
That guy, cool dude.
Yeah, no, he was, and his son was there, and he was like celebrating goals. Man, have fun, man. What is wrong with having fun? What's going on these days?
Nah.
Oh, why is Justin Bieber warming up with the All-Star game? It's the culture. It's old-time hockey. We need... Shut up, man. Shut up. What are you talking about? You can't even skate.
Do a flip. All right. I don't even know where we are in the fucking document.
Should we talk about the international hockey news? I mean, that's huge. That's huge.
Technically, it is. Yeah, we should talk about it.
Is it huge? What happened?
What? The tournament?
Something about McDavid and McKinnon get to play for Team Canada at the Olympics.
What are they calling this?
Mid-Kinnon, mid-David. I don't care.
What are they calling the Four Nations Cup?
It's Four Nations Cup, right?
Or Four Nations Face-Off?
Okay, something like that.
And then it's taking place of All-Star Weekend next year. I think there's the Scandinavian countries and in Canada and the US. They're playing in Montreal, in Boston. And it's a round-robin format, and I think it's like something like 9 games in 7 weeks, or 7 weeks, 7 days.
7 days,
7 weeks,
which is a week. So,
here, Matt. I'll tell you how I feel about that.
How do you feel? Oh, he doesn't care. But Nick, what about the full-fledged Olympics in 2026 and 2030? Still doesn't care.
I prayed for this and it happened.
Oh, okay. See, I didn't see that part. Nice. He had some visuals there, folks.
I think at first incentive to watch the video podcast. I think at first with the news dropping, everyone was like, "This is stupid" because Draisaitl's not going to play, and we at least put a Team Europe in it or whatever. I think I'm still kind of excited for it.
I don't care.
At all?
So it's way too Mickey Mouse.
I guess. Yeah. You know what the problem is? Like, somebody's going to win it, and everyone's going to be like, wah, wah.
And then it's never going to happen again.
Asterisk. Yeah.
And then it's never going to happen. Yeah, exactly. And it's going to be like, wah, wah, you know? And then back to the NHL season.
Just wait another year.
No.
No,
We must do it now. Why not just do another World Cup of hockey in 2028?
Maybe they didn't have a location for the All-Star games. They were like, oh, let's throw this
Maybe.
together.
Oh, pick literally anywhere.
They saw Marchand's comments.
Run it back.
When was the last time Boston got one? Just do something, bro. Like, do it.
1996.
Great.
Why the fuck do you know that?
Why do you know that?
I don't know, fellas.
That's weird as shit. I can't even lie.
I just took that in.
Matt, last time Carolina had an All-Star game.
2011.
2011, yeah, I knew that.
See? Matt, last time? Nah, Columbus was recent.
Yeah.
Has every city had it now?
No.
Winnipeg's not had it. I don't think Anaheim's ever had it.
Have they given it to Seattle yet? They should.
No, they haven't.
Seattle would be. Have they had it in Vegas? Yes.
That's what they did.
Yeah, 2022.
They've done everything in Vegas now, I think.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Where else could they do an All-Star game?
Because I think they've had one in like. trying to think here.
When did Montreal get it last? Early 2000s? I can't remember.
2009 was Montreal.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I assume that the Royals basically get one every 25 years.
Ish, yeah.
Pretty much. But
Nashville had it recently. Dallas, maybe. I think
Dallas
2007.
Dallas was
all right. Let's
yeah.
this.
Anyways, skip the trivia.
Yeah. But I don't, dude. I'm sorry. This podcast, I have no idea where we are. Quickly,
we're just vibing today.
We are vibing. It's a Friday. There's no punctuality to what we're doing today.
There is no Law and Order on Fridays.
Dun dun.
It's actually released on Thursdays because I watch it.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
You're so old. Every Law and Order. I'm gonna say something right now. Every Law and Order episode is the same. There's a crime.
Yep.
Benson and Stabler. They're like, we have to.
Stabler's not on the show anymore.
Oh, he's not? Okay, well, anyways, they find, we gotta find the guy, and then Ice-T shows up out of somewhere, it's like, this guy's messed up, and then, they solve the crime, and if they don't solve the crime, it's a two-parter.
To be continued.
I just solved the Law and Order algorithm. What a boring-ass show.
To be fair, though, you could make anything cookie cutter. Oh, you watch a hockey game, one team scores more goals, and they win. Fuck you, Matt.
Not all, no.
No, live sports and then scripted crime television. They are not one and the same.
That's how Matt watches wrestling.
What about scripted sports?
No, athletic theater, guys. Come
athletic theater.
No, it's sports entertainment. That's what.
Shut your bitch ass up. It doesn't matter.
It does not matter.
Okay. Next.
Talks about my family. I'll slap the piss out of him again. But you know what, guys? Respectfully, I do want to say this. There has been a lot of news about, trigger warning, the Hockey Canada stuff, the pressure just happened. I think for today's show, we're going to keep the vibes going, keep it lighthearted. If you do want to know more about that press conference and the aftermath of it, check out Rick Westhead or all the other amazing writers that cover it. So
Katie Strang.
Yep, Katie Strang.
And then the Globe and Mail, I think Robin Doolittle is her name. She's good.
Yep, so do that. Don't listen to us.
Yeah, don't listen to us.
Yeah, we have no critical insight to offer on that topic. So press conference, we have our feelings about it. But we're not going to dive into that topic. So please check out the writers that actually know about it and do good work about it. Don't listen to us.
And that way you can kind of stay up to date with what's actually going on.
Yep. Don't just read Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and then take it as Bible. Read the credible people that are actually doing the work on it.
Yeah.
But let's keep the vibes going, guys. Let's move on to the next thing. Maybe the vibes won't be going for Matt, but Toronto's lost, Matt. They lost.
They did. They
faced a real team and they lost. They faced a real team because the Leafs not a real team. Any other team, not a real team.
What about the Rangers?
Not a real team, Matt. Not
I
real.
mean, they beat like the
Give
Knights.
a fuck.
The Knights were a part of the streak earlier on.
The Knights are the only real team. They're only the only real team.
They beat that real team earlier on.
They weren't real then, Matt.
Oh, boo! Come on.
They weren't real then, Matt.
move the goalposts. But they did. 16 was about to turn into 17, and then it didn't. They got goalied by Aiden Hill. It was a fairly close game. Like
that's Team Canada starter, by the way. Aiden Hill.
Aiden Hill. That's a weird way to say Jordan Binnington. No, I'm kidding. The Oilers, don't give me that face, Nick. The Oilers got goalied.
No, guys, it's gonna be Devin Levi. Come on,
Yeah,
he's ready.
Devin Levi. Come on now. Let's be a little more serious.
Come on, you aren't ready for the tandem of Tristan Jarry, Stuart Skinner, and Aiden Hill. I'm fucking ready. Let's go.
For the Four Nations face-off, let's go, Nick.
They want me to stand up and put my fucking Canada jersey on and hang the flag in front of my house. I don't give a fuck.
You still are.
I'm not doing that
Come on.
shit.
No, come on. Next
fucking
year,
Brad Marchand skate out there. He's goddamn near 35 years old. I don't care. Steven Stamkos has one working leg, and they want me to watch him on Team Canada. I'm not doing that shit. I'm not doing it, Matt. You can't make me.
Darius, get ready for next year when this Four Nation face-off happens, and Nick is going to be as patriotic as he can be.
Fuck no.
We're gonna have an episode. We're gonna have a throwback episode with this rant from Nick stitched to him with like a small Canada flag and a Canada.
Yeah, and he's gonna be upset. They lose to Sweden in the final.
Guys. I'm fighting for freedom with my Canadian flag. I'm fighting for freedom. Me and everyone else. Let's go. Freedom of speech.
Freedom from
speech.
what?
Freedom of speech.
I don't think anybody's taking that away from you, Nick.
Oh, they sure are.
Wasn't this
a
goalie conversation?
They are to me, Matt. They are to me. My freedom.
This is what the future Canadian goaltending has turned us into.
Speaking of Stuart Skinner,
the Oilers. Stuart Skinner, the Oilers, they lost because they're frauds. That's why they're frauds.
Wow.
Okay, Matt, start talking. I gotta fix my camera. My bad.
Well, hold on. No, I'm asking you, why are they frauds? Darius, why are they frauds?
I didn't say they're frauds. Why are you asking me?
Okay. Oh, no, you thought it. You thought it.
I thought it.
This guy's reading minds now, bro. Shit.
That's my power. I'm Professor X.
Oilers fans can read minds. Yeah. They're not frauds. I think they're quite a good team.
But any more thoughts?
They lost one game.
Yeah, which makes them frauds.
In the last 2 months.
That's how the league works.
I think. I think if listen. If they lose their next game, they're in trouble. I would look at firing the coach. In fact. Yeah,
they should. Chris Knobloch. I think he's like 24-3 as head coach of the Oilers on the chopping block already.
To the Leafs for Marner and Bertuzzi.
Why Bertuzzi? I don't want that bum.
Well, you don't want 2 Connor Browns? You can have 2, Matt. You can have 2.
Well, one of them has 6 goals and the other one has 0 goals.
Wow.
Asterisk, 1 was disallowed, Darius. Come on. you can't forget that call.
Guys, if you think about it, Connor Brown only makes league minimum.
If you think about it.
Yep.
Right, Matt?
He does.
Right, Matt?
He does. Yeah,
right,
and
Matt?
he's still overpaid.
Okay, Matt. So the Oilers won 60 in a row. They were 1 away from the league record.
No, I'm playing.
They were 1 away from the league record. What are your feelings, man? Are you even upset?
Not really. No. Like the team, I know what they're capable of. I mean, it was a long break.
Kind of greedy if you were upset, to be honest.
Yeah,
that's some gluttony right there.
That is. I am a glutton for punishment. That's why I'm an Oilers and Minnesota Vikings fan. But
buddy, come on.
But I mean, yeah, not much more you can say. They got goal lead. I think there's a few posts they hit. Evander Kane got robbed. I mean, what can you say about that? It's the Oilers.
It's the Oilers.
It's the Oilers.
Are the Oilers are back though? I mean,
they're back. What were they before?
They were just like
overall, like
overall,
if you saw the way they started the season to now.
Well, yeah, unfortunately,
they are the Oilers, and they're probably better than they've ever been in this like McDavid
era.
No.
Yeah. Yeah. As of recording on February 9th, they do play tonight against the Anaheim Ducks. It's a back-to-back. Well, let's not go that far. Come on now.
Don't see. Remember, I said you guys were frauds. If you guys lose to the Anaheim Ducks, you gotta have the conversation.
Mega frauds.
Oh, then they become super mega frauds. Yeah.
Super mega frauds.
Yep.
Wow, that's quite
the SMF.
the MFs. Yeah, it's a back-to-back this weekend. Got the Ducks tonight. Got the LA Kings tomorrow night.
Oh my god,
which-
also trash. Jesus Christ. Holy crap. Oh no, so we're about
DJ
to play
Smith,
San
new LA
they play
Kings
what do they play
assistant.
San Jose on Sunday, Matt? Jeez.
I wouldn't be surprised if the league did that to us. Yeah, just looking. Yeah, it's back off Sunday, Monday off Monday. Wow, and then they're back Tuesday at home against Detroit.
Yeah, I don't give a shit. All right, guys. The Oilers, they're doing their thing. Let's move on to a real team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. Let's go, baby. We're gonna trade for Rasmus Ristolainen, Chris Tanev, Noah Hannafin, and Scott Laughton. Where's our future? Who the fuck needs
Who
it?
cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares?
Where does the parade start?
Nylander makes
Front
11.5. Front street. We're going all the way to Nathan Phillips. We're going all the way there. We're going all the way. We're going all the way.
And who's scoring the Stanley Cup winning goal, Nick? Not
Ryan Reeves.
Not Mitch
Ryan
Marner.
Reeves. Ryan Reeves. Revo.
Revo on a deflection.
Revo. Noah Gregor. Noah Gregor. Fuck it. Fucking Max Domi might do it. I don't know.
Simone
We're going
Benoit.
Simone
all the way,
Benoit.
Max, because Rasmus Ristolainen and Scott Laughton and Chris Tanev and Noah Hannafin, they're coming over. We're trading all our first round picks. Fraser Minton, you're out of here. Easton Cowan, you're probably staying. And then fucking who's the other guy? There's one more guy I'm forgetting.
Can I say the rumor as of today is Scott Laughton and Ristolainen from the Flyers, right? Does nobody see a problem with a team who's second and going to make the playoffs trading those two guys away?
No, I think it's just good asset management.
That is.
Don't you think you could use them?
I don't think Rasmus Ristolainen and Scott Laughton make so much of a
They're
difference.
they're
That-
not
that-
like they're not
It's like-
that much of a difference maker.
And the
Ristolainen's
Flyers,
pretty good defensively. I don't know if it's a torts thing, like a defensive scheme thing with the
I
Flyers. are doing.
think it is, Darius. I think it is.
Hot
Then
take.
I
then
would-
we have a problem when he goes to another team, right?
You know how much money I would bet on Ristolainen coming to the Leafs and be fucking dookie awful cock.
My life savings.
It'd be
it's
the
gonna
Klingberg
happen.
effect all over again, except
He was
a
already
defensive
bad.
Klingberg.
It was already bad. Jesus Christ. Oh
Nick,
my
I got
God.
a question for you.
What's up, Matt?
Are you on the Simone Benoit train?
I'm on the hive, Matt. I'm on the train. I
Let's-
bought premium
let's-
economy. I'm not sitting in coach.
Simone
I'm-
Benoit train, baby.
Darius, put that clip in here, buddy.
Simone Benoit train, baby.
Restricted free agent. Rashford, give him GM of the year. Give it to him.
Booker
He
of the
deserves
year.
Red tree.
Brad Tree. Boston Pizza. Let's go. Let's go. Because now every time a Calgary player is mentioned, everyone's like, "Oh shit, guys, Tree Living's gonna trade for him." Yeah, let's go. Fuck the first round picks. We don't need that shit.
I can't believe the rumor to
We
make
have
the
no
Leafs
seconds.
better.
We have no seconds till 2027 or whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter. We don't need that shit. Let's go.
The
Know
rumor-
your role, Brad Tree.
Leafs.
The rumor
Leafs.
the rumor to make the Leafs better is Brad Living trading for mid players from his last team, which was mid.
Yeah,
Are you calling Chris Tanev mid?
he's okay.
He's
Noah Hannafin.
is
he
he
might be overrated,
Is he more
guys.
than mid?
Noah
No,
Hannafin
Hannafin might be overrated, and also his contract extension scares me.
Something like $8 million, and he's not that good.
Oh, but he'll be great on the Leafs.
Why not?
You know what the Leafs need more of, actually?
Cale
You know what they need
Makar.
more of this year? Especially with all these rumors and these guys are talking about. More guys who've never won the Stanley Cup. We need more of those guys on our team.
That's why we need Nick Bonino.
We need more losers. That's who we
Let's
need
get-
on our team.
No, this is what we do. Should the Leafs sign Phil Kessel? Yes. Should the Leafs sign Nick Bonino? Yes.
Yes.
Should they sign Jonathan Toews? Yes. Should they sign Eric Stahl? Yes. I'm lying. Don't sign Eric Stahl. Fuck that guy. Yeah, they're cooked. They're cooked. The fourth, the bottom six on the Leafs right now might be some of the worst I've ever seen.
You know-
But you know what the solution is? Let's get Rasmus Ristolainen. That'll fix the depth scoring. That'll fix it.
This team is the most likely outcome in my eyes is they don't do anything because they're cooked.
I
Why
agree.
would you
I
make a
agree.
trade?
I
Why
agree
would you
with
make
you.
a trade? You're not going to do anything in the playoffs. Whoever you play, you're losing to. Whoever it is.
At some point, like, just take this team. You'll make the playoffs. I think that's a given. The top four guys are too good to miss.
You know what's
you'll make
crazy?
the
You
playoffs.
see sorry to cut you off, but you see a team like Tampa. I'm just going to use them as an example, but every other team has this, even the Oilers. Okay? Nick Perbix. No idea who that guy is, right? But they had an injury. They had to call him up from the minors. He filled in the spot. He played well to the best of his ability. The Leafs never have that. They can never. What?
Benoit. Isn't that just Benoit?
No, he was a signing, and it turned out okay, right? But they don't have anyone in the Marlies they can call up and be like, he'll survive. He'll plug in the spot and play well for us.
They got Benoit. Benoit, bro, and Lagesson.
Yeah, who doesn't play? Yeah, all their best players except for Austin Matthews don't play.
Hey man, John Tavares is back. He's fighting.
He scored 2 goals.
Fighting for $8 million because he committed tax fraud. And you know it lit a fire under him. So he's starting to play better. So
why don't the Leafs just go into the first wild card and take the Metro route this year in the playoffs? Every other year they've the juggernaut of the Atlantic.
Congratulations, you win playing the Rangers.
Okay.
We beat the shit out of them.
Yeah, you guys. That's what I'm saying. Go through the Metro.
Do you think?
And then
really though?
And then
okay,
okay, and then what? Who do you line up against next? Florida,
Philly.
Philly would beat us. Philly would actually. Sam Urson is having a little bit of trouble over there, unfortunately.
No, but I think the Flyers in a playoff series with the Leafs would beat the shit out of the Leafs.
I just think
that's the problem.
I just think the Flyers like goalies would be so bad.
I miss the old Leafs. I miss the old Leafs when guys would just have a bunch of guys who'd beat the shit out of everyone, and then Sundin would score 1 goal and they would win 1-0.
I miss when the Leafs were bad. I miss when the Leafs were bad.
I miss it. Ty Domi running around, punching guys in the head, and then running away.
You know what they need? They need the fourth line of Fraser McLaren, Cole Noor, and
Jay McClement.
That guy. What's that guy's name? Oh my god.
Mike Brown.
Mike Brown. Yes.
Mustache.
Yeah. Yep. So they need. That's what they need. They need to bring them back. Then you bring in Tim Connolly from the Sabres again, who's like 45 years old. Put him on the first line, and then have Bozak as the second line center. And then you have Phil Kessel, who gets like 70 points every year. You bring him and make him the staple of your team. You bring in Dion Phaneuf, right? Who's never been a first pair of number 1 defenseman. You make him the captain, right? And then like, you know what? Fuck this. Ron Wilson, coach. Let's go. Randy Carlisle, get in here. Let's go.
I can't remember the last time we had such an energetic episode. I loved it.
And then you do the same thing again. You bring in all these fucking idiots like fuck. I don't even fucking know. You like what's going on? Connor Brown is over here playing on the first line in the first year, and then some bullshit happens. Now who the fuck is playing? Pontus Holmberg, your first line left wing. What are you doing? What's the plan? You know what I think they should do?
What's Patrick Marleau up to? He can bring him play some more games.
Yeah, bring back fucking Joe Thornton. I think we bring back Thornton, bring back Wayne Simmons. But you know what we should do? Let's reacquire Nick Foligno. You guys down for that? Let's pay a first-round pick. You guys are cool with that? I think it'll work.
Nick's reaction is exactly what happens when you pay 4 players $11 million and you can't win in a playoffs. Leaf fans are tired, bro. Why wouldn't it work though?
There's no reason it shouldn't work. You know why? Because for 6 years the cap was gonna go up $10 million, and then guess what? It didn't, and we still gave them the extension. But yeah.
Islanders game's boring as hell. Like, imagine you're down by 1 with a minute left. Who do you throw out as the extra attacker? Tyler Bertuzzi, who hasn't scored.
Pierre Engvall.
But yeah.
Oh god, that.
All right, let's move on to another fun thing that happened yesterday. Our buddy Dwayne.
There he
is. What happened?
What happened? It was the WrestleMania.
Oh, that's such a vague question. Let's get right into it.
Yesterday, the WWE held the first ever, I guess, WrestleMania kickoff press conference live from Las Vegas, Nevada, and the T-Mobile Arena. And they had Big E was back. They had CM Punk on commentary. Pat McAfee, who is fantastic, by the way. I'm so glad that he's in WWE again. He is so entertaining. He was there. Michael Cole, the whole gang. And then they had they brought out a couple of people. But obviously, the biggest main event thing, it was Cody Rhodes had to make his decision. Is he going to fight Seth Rollins or is he going to fight Roman Reigns for the WWE Undisputed Universal Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania? And they brought up Paul Heyman. They brought out The Rock as well. And then Cody Rhodes made his decision. And what was his decision, Matt?
He's choosing Roman Reigns in the Universal Championship.
he is choosing Roman Reigns, which is
even though last Friday, as we're recording this, we're obviously recording this before SmackDown. Last Friday, I'm not gonna lie, he looked like a bitch, and there was so much fan pushback over the past couple days. There was the We Want Cody chants at Raw, even the NXT tapings and multiple other wrestling events, and then that kind of forced WWE's hand, where they could either ignore the fan reactions and they get louder and progressively more aggressive, or B, pivot. And they chose the Daniel Bryan method that worked exactly 10 years ago.
I want to say they nailed it.
They did.
They did a great job. And honestly, from I think up until Tuesday, they were just gonna push through with it, I think. And then they were like, oh, wait a minute. People are not gonna people are not gonna vibe with this.
How do you make people hate The Rock like now?
That's what I mean by doing that. But all the rumors, I don't know what's real anymore, because I feel like Triple H is really keeping a tight ship.
It's also fucking Dave Meltzer throwing out every outcome so we can say he's right.
But that's the thing, and then people write articles about it, and they're like, well, this could happen, and then people are like, oh, this is gonna happen. It's like literally every
only
possible outcome.
Yeah, I think it's good we don't know though, because sometimes you already know, like, you know what's gonna happen.
I feel like kayfabe is back as of yesterday, and I like it.
See, there's a line that I like to sort of saddle, where like I like to know what's like happening behind the scenes, but at the same time you like that element of surprise, because if you know what's going to happen each and every time, then the novelty just kind of wears on you, or wears off.
And I feel from the start of the press conference to the end, it just took a turn where we're all like, oh shit, and we still don't even like really know what's going to happen. I feel like they keep saying they're in it for the long game, stay for the ride, right? And I truly feel at the end of that press conference, I was like, you know what? I'm not even going to try to guess or read the dirt sheets. I'm going to be along for this ride, because after last night, they're clearly going to take us on something that it's going to be crazy, right? So I'm like, I'm just going to enjoy it at this point.
I think another cool thing is like The Rock, Loki might just be like, might have more like regular appearances, like even after this is all done.
I think he'll be around for like a year, not completely full time, but I think he's going to be around.
Yeah, because I was thinking about this too. Like, The Rock has made so much money in Hollywood. Like, he's probably like, that might be like
he can take some time off
on the back end, and like he's on the board now for WWE basically, so he can just like do his thing.
He has invested interest, like he has literally. To, like he's on the board. Yeah. So
and it's funny because him being there literally makes his investment grow. You know what I mean? Like he's like his own. He's basically investing in himself if you really think about it. So that's cool, honestly. And personally, as someone who's just like, oh shit, The Rock's here, that's cool. That's as far as my thoughts go. I was down for whatever. I didn't really care about the story finishing as a super casual, but I can understand the sentiment. But I'm like, yo, man, it's the fucking Rock. That's cool as shit. I can't lie.
I think now, yeah, go ahead.
Now The Rock, they turned him into a bad guy, which is a genius move, a genius fucking move. That was so smart. When he slapped Cody Rhodes, that shit was funny as fuck. And then the CM Punk theatrics are always great. That guy is amazing on the microphone. Commentary in the ring, it doesn't fucking matter. He's good at it. And then the interview with Triple H after, they nailed that shit. And then they put The Rock and Roman Reigns on the same side.
There was
so smart.
There's a tweet I saw yesterday. It was a picture of Roman and Rock coming back, and then the not altercation, but they talked to Triple H, and the caption was, Roman Reigns in a little under 20 minutes turned from the tribal chief to the tribal little bro standing behind The Rock. I was like,
I think there's something to that though, because I think by the time this storyline is done, right, and there's the big climax to the storyline, it's going to come down to a final match between The Rock and Roman Reigns for like to be the tribal chief, right? And it's not going to involve any title, because the title's going to come off Roman somewhere along the line.
That is the tribal chief, the head of the table, is the title.
Okay, hold on. Do you think they can manufacture that importance of the tribal chief title to fans without the actual WWE title being involved?
Yes.
You think they can do that?
Yes.
They can manufacture the importance?
Yes, because I think there's two stories at play here. The Rock is downplaying Cody's family by saying there's only one royal family in wrestling, which is not true. And once Cody wins, which I think, I feel like, I don't know when it's going to be, but eventually it'll happen. he has completed his story and he's going to go on and do other things as champion. He's going to write his own story. He has to complete this story and he's going to go off and do his own thing with the title. Then there's still going to be all this shit to clean up in the bloodline. And I feel like they can do so much with it because there's a lot of guys who are young that are coming up that are part of that family. I feel like shit could really hit the fan by WrestleMania 41. They could do really good shit.
You could also like have like Roman like get mad at The Rock because he lost. Oh, you're distracting me.
No, they're gonna feud. Yeah, no, it's gonna be great. Yeah. But I think the importance and it's not always about giving fans what they want, but I think with everything you've built to this point, the right decision is to let Cody have his moment, and then you focus on The Rock and Roman Reigns, right? Then you continue to build on that to that.
Yeah, because
ending.
it's like you give Cody Rhodes the Rumble, and then he's not gonna fight. But then you have The Rock come in,
No.
and it's like it's too much going
Wrestling
on.
fans do not like, and even casual viewers, because like I don't watch like NXT and shit, right? Like me watching that, I'm like, it doesn't make sense. So I feel like I'm being insulted. Like my intelligence is being insulted. So I don't want to watch this anymore, right? So
The only thing I worry about that, like Cody finishing a story and then he's put on the back burner to the Roman and Rock story. That's
cares?
almost like that's almost like a CM Punk, Darius, when he had that long reign and he wasn't like the main focus.
I think
like
I think he had
whatever
sour
John
grapes
Cena
about
did.
that, though. I think he had sour grapes about that, but the fact of the matter was he was still the WWE champion, and I think if Cody Rhodes gets that at the end of the day, he is still the WWE champion.
I agree, and I think fans will be like, okay, we got our satisfaction with Cody winning. Now we can put our full attention on.
That's what I'm saying. Then you can shift your focus to another main event feud over here in the bloodline still going on, and at the same time he has completed his story, and where's Cody going to take us next? It's not going to be this huge thing we're all waiting for anymore. He's going to have the title and he's going to take us on another ride somewhere over here, right? We don't know where he's going to go after that, but we still got this to clean up over here, and I think that's a good spot for WWE to be in. Once he wins, the hype dies because the hype is about him winning.
Exactly.
Yeah, the hype is the chase.
Yes, exactly, and they're doing it perfectly, and if it does come to an end this WrestleMania, they have destroyed this story. It was fantastic. So, but then he builds something else, and he might lose the belt somewhere down the road, but he has a new story to build.
I also love the I think we're gonna wrap the show up soon.
Yeah,
we've been going for a while. Almost over an hour now. But I do wanna quickly. I love the idea of The Rock being part of the board of directors, becoming part of the story. Like when Rollins was like, just because you're on the board doesn't mean you can do whatever you want. And then
they're blurring that line.
And
yeah.
then The Rock was like, "Yes, we can. I don't give a fuck or whatever," which was funny. I think it was funny that like Roman was basically like, "Yeah, Dusty would be embarrassed," and then Cody was like, "Nah, your grandparents would be embarrassed," and The Rock was like, "What the fuck, or whatever." So that was funny to me. No, it was cool. It was good. All right. Any final thoughts on the WWE segment, guys, before we close out the show?
We're just going to enjoy the ride. That's really all there is to it. I think, what was it, not next weekend, but the weekend after is Elimination Chamber.
You getting up for that, Matt?
God, no. 5:30 on a Saturday morning? No, I'm getting my sleep in, pal.
Good for you, Matt.
I think, I think with WWE personally, and I think a lot of people always try to figure out what's going to happen. And I think for the most part over the years, you kind of know what's going to happen, but it's still very, satisfying when it does happen. But I think for this, after last night, because I was like confused. I thought they were going to push through with the Rock thing and people were going to be pissed. And then I was like, okay, maybe they'll walk it back just for this year or whatever. I wasn't sure where they were going to go. But after what happened last night, I'm like, all right, sit down, shut up, open your ears, and just enjoy it.
And enjoy it.
And
exactly.
enjoy what they're going to give us, because The Rock brought writers. So what?
Think.
Oh.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter what I think.
Sit down.
Know your role and shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. The Rock brought writers from Hollywood, so I feel like they're going to give us something that hockey. WWE is really cliche sometimes, right? And it's almost the same storylines every 15 years or whatever the hell, right? You'll see some things that you've already seen, right?
What, you mean you don't like the authority figure storyline?
Whatever. Or turning the company heel.
Yeah.
But
power's in your hands.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait, no, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Psych.
You have no power. We won't listen to you. It doesn't matter what you think.
Oh my God, it's Sting!
You get to.
What's going on?
It's like you get to vote right now for this match type. It's A street fight, B, last man standing, or C, no holds barred. They're all the same goddamn match.
Or it'll be like, no, I think my favorite one when it was like, I forgot who it was. It was like the Cena versus Necessary. Remember they had the WWE app and you could vote? And it was like, do you want John Cena to face David Otunga in a singles match? Or Justin Gabriel in a singles match? Or Heath Slater in a singles match? Or do you want John Cena to face all three of them at the same time?
Or Darius,
everyone was like, "Yep,
Yep.
Darius, remember the old like Taboo Tuesday pay-per-views?
yeah."
Where it's
People
like,
could vote
who do you
in.
want Triple H to face? You get Snitsky, Chris Masters, or Shawn Michaels.
No, they used to do that. They used to do that where it was like the fans vote, and they would give you 3 people to vote on, and it was like 2 guys from like the developmental, and then Shawn Michaels, and everyone's like, "Well, I know Shawn Michaels, so."
Oh, good times, good times. But guys, let's close out the show. Right now, quickly, before we get into that, subscribe on YouTube, follow us on all our Twitters, Instagrams, all that good stuff, TikTok, all that fun jazz. But before we get out of here, last question, quickly. I want it to be 3 or 2 words, or sorry, I guess 3 words. Who was winning the Super Bowl, Darius? Who's winning the Super Bowl?
Oh, that's right. It's this weekend. Oh my goodness. Wait, I'm going first?
Yep, just
Yeah,
answer the
go.
team. You don't need to give a reason. Say your team. Say your piece.
Run CMC. 49ers will win the Super Bowl this weekend. Payback
Matt-
from 4 years
Matt-
ago.
Who was winning the Super Bowl?
Chiefs. All comes down to experience.
Fair.
I'm not gonna answer because I don't watch.
No.
No, come on.
I'll say-
Come on.
fine, I'll roll. I'll roll with the Chiefs too. I'll go with the
Interesting.
Chiefs
All
because
right.
I'm a little bit interested in if Patrick Mahomes can catch Tom Brady. I'm a little bit interested in that.
That is a fair storyline to be invested in. Yeah.
So
No, Nick, explain that in NHL terms. No.
shut the fuck up.
I'm kidding.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. All right. But guys, that being said, if you're watching this in the day, have a great day. If you're watching this at night, have a great night. And if you're listening to this while driving, always drive safe, guys. Enjoy the weather. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Stay safe for the Super Bowl as well. Drive safe. All that cool stuff. For me, for Matt, for Darius, for the Gritcast. Have a good one. And yeah, we'll see you guys all next week. Peace out.
For more content, visit our YouTube channel and check us out on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Don't forget to follow the guys on social media at Matt_Mondays, at Nick LaFlame, and at Darius Dominguez.